Nag, nag, nag. It's the same fucking story. Pretty soon, the big dog he's fooled. All the big dogs are fooled, and the little one's fucking running the show. The big dogs are his bitches. And it's crazy. We got the same fucking thing going on here. All these women have men kowtowed into thinking they're the powerful ones. They're the strong ones. They're the smart ones. They are not. The reason this country is so fucked up is because men aren't men anymore. Mgtow is men finding our way back to the power that's us. The fucking power. The real power. Now, I'm not talking about having a fucking tank or an airplane, a gun. I'm just talking about the will, right? The power of presence that a man has when he's a real man. Yeah, it's fucking carnal. It's brutish. No shit. Right? If you want some fucking lessons, literary lessons in being a man, read the Gore books, G-O-R, by John Norman. You know, it's a bunch of fiction. But that guy's been writing those fucking books since I think the early 60s. For over 60 years. He's in his 6th decade writing books about men being the rightful dominant heirs of the male-female relationship. When he saw what he saw starting in the 60s, he said there needs to be another voice. And I believe this guy is he's either a professor of philosophy or a teacher of philosophy and history or something in fucking New York City at a college there, or he was. His books are so inflammatory to feminist whores that they had his publisher stop publishing his stuff. So know what the man did? Right, it took him like 40 plus years to get him out. He did some self-publishing, found some other publishers, and now he does Kindle publishing. Fuck it, he doesn't need a publisher. Read those books if you want to read about fucking being a man. Now, it's a totally fictional environment, the planet Gore, right? But it talks about how it really is. You look at it as a fucking educational book or a guidebook. You know, there just comes a time when you've got to quit fucking fearing what other people think. I'm going to lose my job. People that know me are going to lose respect. Are you kidding me? The men I know that hear me talk anything like this say, fuck, John, that's the shit right there. That's the truth. You know? And the married ones will go, John, you know, I agree with you, but I can't say that stuff. I'm married. Right? I'll get cut off. I'll be on the couch. I'll lose half my shit. It is time to stop fearing that. So you're operating from a position of weakness, from fear. If you're facing another man and you know you're going to be in a fight, you could lose, you could get your ass kicked. If you act like a pussy, you're going to get your ass kicked anyways. You may as well act like a man. If you're going to continue to act like a fucking wimp in life, you're going to get your ass kicked. When you start acting like a man, things fucking change for you. You start acting Mgtow on the outside instead of just on the inside. Shit'll change for you. Right? The brothers are real good at fucking playing that. Right? What have they got to lose, right? Right, what have they got to lose? You know, same with every man. What have you got to really lose? Right? I would rather live as a man than to exist as a fucking pussy hiding. And I'm not chiding all the other producers of Mgtow videos, the ones that don't show their faces. I'm talking to every man on the planet. It's hard for me to believe I'm one of the few on here who does this. Who comes out and says, who gives a fuck what you think, bitches? Right? I've seen what you've done, how you've destroyed the family, destroyed children, destroyed men, teenage men, young boys, emasculated the fuck out of them. It makes me sick to my stomach. You know, if someone wants to live as a effeminate man, fine. You know, I'm not going to do anything about it. If someone wants to live as a macho motherfucker, I don't care. That's great, right? It doesn't really affect me. What affects me is when the enemy of me, is so emboldened that they think they can change the course of my life with their opinion. That they think they can talk to someone that I know, right, and destroy my credibility. Right? That's some fucking balls there on a bitch. Talk about temerity, thinking you're going to destroy my life? Right? My fucking ex tried that shit. I have it recorded on the very phone I'm recording this. Right? And as soon as she said it, she was like, ooh, oops, I guess it's being recorded, huh? That I just threatened your job. Right? If I lose my job because of her, it's her ass. Civil and criminal penalties. But where are we at, guys? Why are we so afraid as a fucking species, right? We're supposed to be the testosterone-laden dominant species. And I know that men everywhere have been chemically castrated with all the shit they feed us. The fucking soaps and detergents that have estrogen in them. The food that has plant estrogen in them. How you're being fucking poisoned by everything. Even your water is laden with estrogen compounds. Petroleum products. Right? They lubricate my truck engine, but they're full of fucking estrogens. In fact, synthetic oils are called diesters. Esters and diesters. What do you think that is? Fucking estrogen. I drink out of glass. Not plastic. I smoke cigars, not chemical-laden cigarettes. I don't act afraid of these fucking people. What's another control mechanism women love to use? Oh, well, I'm going to tell all the other women about you. Really, you're going to tell 3.5 billion women all about me? Start talking, bitch. You're going to be busy for a while. You know, there's women that I know watch this that would probably love to fucking be my girl. Because they want a strong man. Oh, there's women out there, about 5% of them, want strong, strong men. They want to be fucking dominated. Right? But they're so afraid of their sisters. They're so afraid of letting go of that control that they believe is theirs. That even if they got a good man, a strong man, they tend to fucking fight him. They always test you. They shit test you to see if you're always going to be strong. And that's okay. If you want to put up with that shit from them. You know, there just comes a fucking point in a man's life. And at some point, if you haven't gotten there yet, you'll get there. I've been there a long fucking time. Right? Some of you guys have never gotten married, never had kids. You just said fuck it a long time ago. You figured it out. Others of us tried the system. Others of us haven't even gotten a chance. But at some point in your life, you're going to look out and go, you know what? I'm tired of living in fear. Tired of it. I'm not saying you have to run out and be a loudmouth asshole. Walk up to every fucking trio of girls and slap them like the Three fucking Stooges. I'm not saying you have to be necessarily or unnecessarily rude to women. But you've got to recognize when you're being challenged. That's what I say. When they challenge you, you've got to recognize it and see it for what it is. And if you don't respond as a man, they will think of you as less than. And that encourages women. So where are you, bitches? Come and get it. You know, I don't need a drink of scotch to think the way I do. I don't need a stogie. I don't need anything. I just need to be me. But really, you know, maybe it's just old guys that are going to fucking start it. You know, maybe it'll be the fucking young guys. Right? The tail end of the millennials and the Generation Z kids that are growing up and just now getting into their manhood. Maybe they're going to realize, you know, the fucking tables are tilted against them. That these feminists have every job lined up for them. That they're going to control men in the way they think. Maybe they're going to realize, you know, fuck these women. Like the ones up in Canada, the ones over in the UK that think they can tell men what to do, tell them to stop looking at them or yell at them for not looking at them enough. There was a part of a scene in a movie. Right? It was either Final Destination or Final Destination 2. You know, they were the same fucking movie. I think it was number 2. There's this fucking broad in it, right? She was the protagonist of the movie. She was watching all her friends die or whatever. Maybe she wasn't the protagonist because she fucking died. Anyway, she was looking at some fucking guy and he looks at her and goes, "Hey, suck my junk, bitch." Right? He has the right fucking attitude. I saw that. I was like, good move, kid. He put up with that shit for like half a fucking second. Now, yeah, it was in the movie. It was written in the script. He got to read the line. But in real life, really, what are the consequences? The girl that you tell that to is not going to give you a blowjob that night. You're never going to get to date her. What a fucking loss. Right? If you get stared down, frowned down by a woman, you don't want her anyway. You don't want you don't want her fucking dick in her mouth. You know, these women out here, they're waiting to cry rape. They're waiting for it. They want to be victimized so they can take that status through life. I've been victimized. Boo-hoo. Right? And men are afraid to give it to them, right? They're afraid to be men. There have been lots of women who have fucking manned up to me. Manned up. Fucking squared off with me. I just fucking laugh at them. I go, what do you think you're doing? You realize what you're fucking doing? Let me back up a step. I go, right, now you're not in my personal space. You're no longer physically threatening. Now go ahead and try the verbal stuff again. Right? And it does not work. It doesn't cut. It's not a knife. It's not a sword. It's not a gun. It's just words out of a little girl's mouth. And while some men have lost their jobs, right? Go get another one. Some men have lost their girlfriends. Go get another one. Right? And that's one of the big threats. I'll go back to that again. You're never going to get laid again because some girl identified you as a misogynist. Oh, for shame. What a fucking scary thing.